Hello, we're going to do unboxing for the Stanley No.3 that we just recently purchased. So the Stanley comes in a normal cardboard box, and it has it has the picture of Stanley. This is a Stanley Bailey that I bought. I'll tell you exactly how much I bought it for. I paid about 15K over here. So 15K would be somewhere around, if I did the math, 16, 15, 5, about $55, $60. That's the No.3 here in my country. Now, I don't know whether that's the normal price everywhere or not, but here this is what they're selling for. I remember buying the No.4 for approximately $75, $75. And the Stanley No.7 and 5 I bought for probably $80 and $100, $100 each. Yeah, maybe the No.7 was more, but I got a deal because I don't think they were ending up selling as quickly as they wanted, so they gave me a bit of a deal on that one. So that's the kind of a pricing. You have $100 for No.5, you would have about $75 for No.4 and 55, 60s for No.3. And No.7 would be anything higher than that. And No.6 I bought, but I bought it separately, so I did not buy it from the Stanley one. I have a record No.6, so that one I got for close to $125, but I bought it from someone else, so he had it dispatched over to me. So this is No.3 Stanley. Let's do unpacking. At the back you can see they have a bit of an advertisement. It shows the Stanley hand planes and also some other planes that they have. There's the block planes, there's the specialty planes. This is the one that we have over here. The rebate plane is the spoke shift. No, these are plow planes, I believe. And some of the blades that are being used. So it's a Stanley portfolio at the back. To open and do the unboxing, let's just pull out the hand plane. And this is how it comes. Okay, we have a booklet in here. And okay, so here we have a little bit of an explanation about Stanley hand planes. So you have the numbers here, the lengths in millimeter in terms of the sole length, I suppose, and yeah, it is sole length of every number: 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6. I wish I had a 5.5 and a 4.5, but I can't find it here. I've looked for it everywhere in these stores. They don't keep, because I don't believe they are a very running item. Although they are extremely good, I would love to have one. Then there is a page which shows how to sharpen and open and close and set it up. Oh, okay, so it opens up like this. It's multiple languages. They also show you how to set it up by the sole of it, so how to protrude or retrieve the hand plane, the blade of the plane, and the chip. So the chip breaker, it's one of the toughest as far as I'm concerned, with the ones with a bit of a hump on it. I don't know what you call it, but it's for me it's the most trickiest to actually get fixed, because you need to have no gap between your blade and your chip breaker, but I always get it wrong. So they have given some kind of explanation of how to do it. So I'll go through this. Yeah, this should be interesting. Some information, but they have all these languages: Portuguese, Dutch. You have English, and well, you know, the typical, the French, the Italian. So all the international languages, especially I suppose this is for Western hand planes, so they are Europeans predominantly. And this is how it comes. That's about it. It doesn't have much of a packaging to it, other than this crunchy wrap paper. And here you have your Stanley Bailey No.3. Yeah, there you go. It's quite similar to what we have in No.4. But I suppose it's the length that is different. So there you go. It's more or less the same, actually, if you look at it. Well, the width is different. Let's have a bit of measurements here. So No.4 is 60 millimeter, a little over 60, and the sole is 2 inches, 2.5 inches wide on the number 4. Here you are 2 1/8. Is it 1/8? No. Yeah, it's 2 1/8, maybe a little more. So it's a little wider, this one, number 4. It's smaller, clearly. The length of the sole is 240 mm here on number 3. So number 4 is 246, 245, I suppose that would be. So it's actually, the one thing that you have is the width. You have more width on the number 4. You have a much tighter sole and a smaller width on the number 3. And as you can see, they come with marks on the sole. If you look at it, this one has got fewer marks, this has got more marks, because this is a brand new one. I just unboxed it in front of you, so I'll be working on it to bring you to something like this. You need to remove the marks, and the way you do it is actually you go about taking a smooth surface. It could be a mirror, a glass, or anything flat in your workshop or at house or wherever, and then you put a sandpaper on top, and you just go to town with it, and you flatten it, and you see the way you should do it is that you put marker lines on it and see where the high spots and the low spots is, and you remove them, and you make sure that they are flat by the end of it. You don't want to be struggling with the sole while planing. You want the plane to be gliding rather than fighting the surface of the wood. So therefore it's important to do that. You should also look at the edges. It's best to taper it in a way that it's a bit rounded off from both sides, just a little, not too much, so that nothing is getting stuck here. Plus, if you have a good 90-degree here, that would be recommended. I wonder if this one is. I'll have to check it through my square. If not, you could do the same method on the glass and work through it. So that's the first thing that I would be doing going forward. And just to take you further and see what this is. Okay, this is the the cap lever. It's a typical cap lever for Stanley. It's a bit tight, but it's supposed to be snug. But everything happens at this point. So this is the pressure that it puts onto the blade and the chip breaker so that it stays in place and it does not vibrate on you. It requires a bit of there are a few dents here which might not be ideal, but you can also work on this. And I have a chip breaker here and a blade. It's a small blade, 45 millimeter blade, and you have a chip breaker. The blade seems to be well done, but whenever you buy a new one, you must do everything right over. So I will be going through all of this. I like to use the method of Rob Cosman online, which it's a very good YouTube channel, and I use the method of what he tells, and I find his method of honing and fixing up a brand new hand plane the best. I think he explains it the best. Then we have the frog here. The lateral adjustment is good, snug, not loose, not too tight, and this back and forth adjuster knob is also, well, it could be better. It's a little wobbly. I can see the drift there. And that's one thing that I found common in all the Stanleys. They're not well snug, but I suppose they do the job. And we have the knob and we have the tote. And this is, as we all know, it's a 3-finger grip. So I keep my index finger here, and the 3 fingers come across the tote, and the pressure is applied on the knob, and you go and lift. The frog has been machined, so they didn't just leave it, they did machine it. I'll have to check if it is completely Well done. Seems okay, but you could also do this. Take it off and use the same method and, go to do it with a sandpaper. Make sure that you don't hit the lateral edges. You don't need to be doing it over here, so just keep it low at this point. And that's kind of it, I suppose. This is not wooden, of course. These are Stanley. Come up with this material, a hard plastic material. I don't find them very good. They break on you, like my number 5 here. And you can see there's a crack. There's a big crack. Now I'll be fixing it. I'd prefer a wooden one, but I suppose that's to bring it to a price point where everybody can afford. In the third world country as well, they'll have to do cutting corners. If I was to give some recommendations, these are beginner hand planes. So if you're going to be using it, try to learn how to work a hand plane through this, because they're cheap and it will give you enough practice to be able to upgrade yourself to the next level. And they are not the ones that eventually, if you are a pro and somebody who wants to work and do really fine work, these are, they'll do the job, but you won't get that good finish that you're looking for. So here's the Stanley number 3, and now in our collection we have number 3. I'm happy about that. I don't know what it is about woodworkers, but once they get into woodworking, it becomes more of they become collectors rather than just the woodworkers, which should be the criteria here, not just being trying to collect something. But I suppose that's how it is. You see the golfers, and they're going for all sorts of new and dandy looking drivers that keep coming up and enticing them into buying. So I suppose in woodworking, that's also something. So now we have a number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Don't intend to go for number 8. I think that's an overkill. Number 2, number 1, no, you don't need it. 3, probably you could get away with. You could also get away with. You could just do with number 4 smoothing plane. But well, if you're finding it and you're getting it for the price that is in your budget, go ahead and buy the number 3. Number 2, number 1, too small. Specialty, I would call them novelty hand planes. They are not for a workshop. You would hardly ever use it. But if you are a collector, if you want to have the entire collection, then yeah, you can go for it. I know that some of the number 1s go for $1,000 as well overseas. Would I ever pay that much money for it? Maybe someday if I'm flush with money, but I could probably think many other places where I could park that money. So no. Maybe not. That won't be something that I would think about. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Take care of yourself. This is Munir signing out.